What is going on, guys? It's Lags again, bringing you guys another video. And this one's going to be quicker than the others. It's just a simple setup video for your team on Hardpoint Slums. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because we have finally, basically, I think, figured out our roster, who we're going to be playing with, which is great. It's taken us a while, so I'm really happy that we finally found it out. But one of our teammates is on vacation, going to the beach, the lucky bastard. So we have been waiting, so we haven't been scrimming at all. So I have no scrims to really put up. So I'm just going to do the setup video, and hopefully this helps you guys out, especially if you're anchoring, because this map it's really all about the anchor and what you do and whatnot. So it can be a very tough map, especially in transitions. I think that's where a lot of people have their problems. So hopefully this helps you guys out. So when you spawn on this side, guys, for this first hill, anchors do one of two things. You either come and you watch blue, and this can be very helpful. Since you have an AR, you can use to get that 2 bursts or something on a guy. We've actually been sending an SMG in there most of the time, and I either come and I watch graveyard, or I wrap around and I'm either pushed up here watching bricks and garage, or I'm behind the hill doing the same thing, either watching bricks, or I'm rotating over and I'm then watching either graveyard, or I'm switching over and I'm watching blue. So it kind of depends. But I don't want to be pushed up too far. I'm never going to go past basically this point, like right here. Like I never go past here. I think it's very important not to, because if you get killed, they can very easily push through, especially if your team isn't paying too much attention, and all of a sudden they're on cop car and they have spawns. Excuse me. So it's very important not to push up too far. And on this hill, you want to start working your way back. Now, I just put on this class just because this is my break house and it has extreme conditioning, but I've been running these two classes the most. Mostly this one, and especially if I know that they're not EMPing. And I like to put a trophy, guys, right behind this red van. And the reason I do that is because they're going to try to smoke the street out. And what a lot of players like to do is they'll come right up behind here and kind of lay here. And this is a spawn block right here. So that's what a lot of people like to do, or like to smoke it out and come in here and kind of sit and wait for their team to push up. So having this trophy here kind of helps prevent that. I also sometimes throw a run in this corner right here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like if they see it, kind of screwed. So for anchoring back here, I recommend not sitting behind this wall. Pretty easy to get picked off. As a matter of fact, you could sometimes even get 2 bursted through it. So I think it's kind of pointless. And you could also get picked off from right up there from statue. So, watch out for that stuff. Sometimes I come and sit here, but again, I don't really recommend here because you can't really see much. You could come up on the stairs, which could help. But what I like to say the majority of the time is right here. And by the way, guys, if you see me like really mess up the YY and randomly knife instead of crouch, I have been playing claw and I switched back to the default like button layout. So now my knife is back on the joystick, which used to be my prone. So I'm trying to get used to that again, guys. So plus, even when I'm in the middle of a gunfight, sometimes you see me like randomly jump and it just looks stupid. You also see me like really mess up the YY. Again, that's just me still learning to play claw. And the reason I'm doing that is because Xbox One seems like it's gonna be, since COD Championships is going to be on the Xbox One, it seems like that's going to be the competitive console again. And it seems like you're going to need to buy a new scuff for the Xbox One, and I don't have the money for that, so I'm just going to learn to play claw now. So if you see me looking like a retard, that's why. So again, you really want to, I like to sit here. I think this is a good spot. Even if you crouch down, you can kind of see them peeking out and whatnot, and you can call them out. So there's a good spot. You can sit here. I don't really recommend it because sometimes, and you don't really mean to, you could easily get caught up with what's going on in the hill. So I recommend sitting, at that red van back here. Every once in a while, I'll push out to like here or something and try to catch them off guard, but it's rare. So for this next hill, this is the most important part, guys. If you guys don't have streaks, and streaks is how you win slums, in all honesty. So if you guys don't have streaks, you want to be pushing up, I'd say at about 25 seconds. If all your guys are still, all four of you guys are still on this side, so pushing up with two of your SMGs on this side. And I highly recommend having both SMGs coming with you, but you don't need to. You can only take two. I recommend putting one through garage, and you go back alley. And the reason I say that is because if the guy dies garage, you can sit back alley, and it might not be expecting you to still be there. But you can sit here and wait for your teammates to come up again. And it really helps when your SMG uses a smoke, because he could smoke here, and he could charge in, and while you're kind of helping out on his side, you could wrap around and get the anchor here. Now, just so you guys know, just some of the stuff I've been noticing, and I saw Rambo do a video about it as well, or one of his streams, I believe. This technically is not the actual spawn point. If they have a guy who pushes up to here, if I'm correct, and you only have one guy on the hill, they get the spawn. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I know this is the actual spawn point. So it's pretty important to have a guy kind of like roaming around here. Especially if only if you have no one pushed up at blue. Now, what we like to do is, I'm on well anchoring. We will put one guy in the hill, and we're going to usually have an SMG watching blue. How he does it's up to him. Everyone kind of differs. And then we have a guy watching grave and also watching here. He's kind of floating back and forth. And it's very important, and it's going to help you out as an anchor. And SMGs, make sure to do that. You're really going to be helping out your anchor when you do that to pick off a guy coming this way. So make sure to do that, guys. That's kind of like the setup you want. You don't need two in the hill for this one. Especially since your guys just pushed up so far that if one of the SMG guys die, they're going to spawn here, and then they can work their way into the hard point to help you out. So that's really nice. So for the last hill, guys, a lot of people still anchor on, well, I kind of do every once in a while, but I also like to come this way because you can usually get them spawning blue. And so I usually try to pick them off there or when they're going to graveyard or something and make sure that they don't come and get me from the back because that's a pretty big problem. I also like to come here, and I know it's kind of random, but you just kind of strafe back and forth here and pick a guy out coming from graveyard and whatnot. But for this hill, guys, I recommend you could get away with one in the hill. Sometimes it's best to have two in the hill, and one guy just kind of sits here watching grave. One guy kind of here, I'd say kind of here watching front, and then have one SMG, last SMG, kind of watching this area. You could roam back and forth, and I think it's going to be the perfect setup for you guys, and it should help you guys out. Again, I'm sorry this isn't a scrim, and we just honestly didn't have any. Hopefully this does help you guys out, though. And SMGs, you got to make sure that you're running up with your anchor. Help them out as much as you can, because this map is very easy to get killed in transition, and you don't want that to happen. So really make sure to help them out as much as you can. Anchors, wait for SMGs to push up with you, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Again, I hope this video helps. And if you guys liked it, please leave a like and comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. And leave your constructive criticism. That really always helps. And make sure to also subscribe, guys. It really helps me out.